I'm going to discuss the quality of U.S. tap water. Americans already have suspicion about their quality in tap water, which is the reason bottled water is so popular today. Although most brands are nothing more than treated tap water, but Americans are still greatly concerned, as evidenced by a Gallup poll in March 2009. It found that Americans rank water pollution as their #1 environmental concern. A startling 84% reported being worried a great deal or a fair amount about pollution in their drinking water. From 2004 to 2009, the Environmental Working Group, or EWG for short, analyzed water quality in 45 states and over 48,000 communities. They judged and ranked the water utilities based on 3 factors: the total number of chemicals detected since 2004, the percentage of chemicals found of those tested, and the highest average level for an individual pollutant relative to legal limits or national average amounts, including for the most common pollutants, disinfection byproducts, nitrate, and arsenic. Drinking water tests conducted by water suppliers nationwide between 2004 and 2009 revealed hundreds of pollutants in U.S. tap water. For most, the government has set no safety-based legal limits. Many other contaminants were found in drinking water at concentrations above government-issued advisory health guidelines. Jane Houlihan, Senior Vice President for Research at EWG, said this all happened because the nation's tap water has been compromised by weak federal safeguards and pitiful protection of drinking water supplies. She goes on to add, in most U.S. households, pouring a glass of tap water means exposing families to hundreds of distinct chemicals and pollutants, many of them completely unregulated. EWG's analysis shows wide variations in water quality. Generally, large water utilities test more often and supply water with low levels of common pollutants than smaller utilities. But even some large utilities, water is contaminated with multiple pollutants at levels that exceed government health guidelines. 97 agriculture pollutants, including pesticides and chemicals from fertilizers and manure-laden runoff. 204 industrial chemicals from factory discharges and consumer products. 86 contaminants linked to sprawl in urban areas from polluted runoff and wastewater treatment plants. 42 pollutants that are byproducts of the water treatment processes or that leak from pipes and storage tanks. The top 5 most found pollutants in tap water are trihalomethanes, manganese, haloacetic acids, arsenic, and chloroform, in that order. Nearly 2/3 of the 315 chemicals found in the nation's drinking water over the last 5 years, a total of 201, are unregulated. Public health officials have not set safety standards for them, even though millions ingest them in their tap water every day. Among the most common are some that have been linked to serious health concerns, such as bromochloriatic acid. A tap water disinfection product was found in the water supplied to 40 million consumers. It includes gene mutations associated with damage to DNA. Perchlorate, a rocket fuel ingredient, was found in water provided to 26 million people. It is toxic to the thyroid gland. MTBE, a gasoline additive and groundwater pollutant scheduled to be phased out nationwide, was found in water supplied to 12 million people. It is associated with liver and kidney damage and nervous system effects. D&B, a chemical from a group of industrial plasticizers called PHT, was found in water used by 5 million people. PHT has been linked to birth defects and reproductive toxicity. For 96 of these unregulated contaminants, the government has not even issued non-binding health-based advisories on limits in tap water, let alone set a mandatory safety standard. As concern about chemical contaminants has grown and scientific methods have improved, the number of contaminants that drinking water systems test for has risen. The data sets that state water officials provided to EWG contain test results for a total of 446 contaminants in 2007, up from 363 in 2000. The increased testing is good news as it provides a more complete understanding of the water pollution challenges facing the country. With regular testing, the regular contaminants found have decreased steadily since 2007. Now, according to their findings, the top 5 rated utilities were found in Arlington, Texas, Providence, Rhode Island, Fort Worth, Texas, Charleston, South Carolina, and Boston, Massachusetts. The bottom 5 rated utilities were found in Pensacola, Florida, Riverside, California, Las Vegas, Nevada, Riverside County, California, Reno, Nevada, and Houston, Texas. Now, what about Jacksonville? Well, this is where it hits close to home. Jacksonville actually ranks in the bottom 10, at number 10, in the worst rated utilities. Shortly after EWG's report was published, JEA spokeswoman Jerry Boyce ensures that the water is very safe, saying, "I want to make it very clear that while we are in the bottom of this list, we are still well above or below, however you look at it, the levels that are required by our regulators." So next time you want to get a drink of water and you reach for that tap, be careful of what you might be putting into your body.